Is it gonna come? Hey, star. Okay. Hey. Hello.
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey.
Does that work? All right.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, but
Yeah. You can hear me.
yeah,
All
I
right.
heard you the
Cool.
first time.
What's up? What's up? Hi, everybody.
Hi guys. Sorry, it's been again. I do this every beginning
Yeah.
of
You
every
don't have to
episode, but
apologize to these fucking people.
well, I got sick. I got COVID. Me and
Really?
Kaylee
Yeah.
did. Yeah,
So.
and it took 2 years, man.
Oh
Two
wow.
fucking years. I thought I was, you know what I mean, like one
In
of
the
those
clear. Yeah.
like in like a vampire or like a zombie movie where they have to use a certain people's blood for like a cure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they've made it that long. Like fucking Will Smith. You know what I mean? He didn't turn. He was like the only guy in I Am Legend. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I thought it was that, and
You're
it
the
turns
ones who
out
you're the after credits where like COVID, like you think it's dead, and then when one COVID eye opens,
yeah.
yeah, you're like, oh jeez,
Yeah, the hand reaches up from the grave type of thing.
yeah,
Yeah, dude, and it fucking sucked. It
yeah.
fucking sucked. I know everyone's sick of COVID talk, but I, didn't think I was gonna get it because it had been that long. I was vaccinated,
That
and I
is
think
really fun.
being
Yeah,
vaccinated actually helped me not
we're kind of on
feel
to
worse.
Russia
But
now, Steve. I don't know why you're doing this now.
well, I wonder how many of those soldiers are vaccinated. um, not only are they spreading fear, they're spreading disease. Um, but yeah, dude, it was fucking terrible. Like the first 3 days, I've never felt more like shit in my entire life. Um, and both Kaylee and I like got it at the same time. I think she might have gotten it earlier than I did, so it's kind of her fault.
Yeah,
But
what's she doing out there licking handrails and shit?
yeah, that's pretty much what she does for a living. Um,
This one's
or
good. It's
actually
good to
works
go.
with people who actually do that. But no, it was fucking terrible. I got a lot of movies off of my queue
Yeah,
in Netflix that
that's
have been
good.
there for a long time. Finally saw Phantom Thread, Paul Thomas Anderson's
Yeah,
film before Licorice Pizza, but yeah, never saw that before. And Daniel Day Lewis's supposed last film ever. So, have you seen that?
yeah. I can't. I could watch it again. It was.
It was all right.
It's
You know,
it's a
it wasn't.
classy picture.
Yeah, of course. And like, it's good, but like, it's not like,
Yeah.
blow away. But at least I got that off. It's been in the queue for like forever, so I got
That's
to,
good. So this is
nail
great.
some of
What are
that shit
people
down.
so worried about?
We like burned through Better Call Saul, which we had never seen. I don't know if you watched
Yeah, the
that
first
'cause
little bit of it. Yeah.
you didn't continue at all.
As much as available, I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I don't know. You said the first little bit, so I
The
figured
first like few
you became
seasons, I don't know
disinterested.
how many they've done or
So there's 4 on Netflix. 5 have come out so far, and there is one more season, and then they're
Oh.
done. So, but then once we were done with that, then we restarted Breaking Bad, and now we're in season 4, and that's so much. That's heavy, man.
Yeah.
It's not fun. Like it's
No.
such a
There's no comic
master class
relief
in,
at
like,
all.
No,
I mean, a little bit here and there, but
like
it just
Jesse
gets
and his
less
friends
and less.
shit are
Yeah.
funnier, but
But then they all
know.
die.
Yeah,
The
it's
fat
like-
guy gets shot.
fucking A, man, by a little kid, and like, dude, it's just, but it's a master fucking
Yeah.
piece of a
It's
show, and in acting and setup and everything, man. So it's been enjoyable, but at the same time, so you're watching Breaking Bad, and it already makes you feel like shit, even if you were like your homeostasis was like fucking good.
And
You know
you're
what I mean?
COVID,
Like
so
you
you
were
feel like
finding
you're
baseline.
you feel like you're methed out on fucking
Yeah.
COVID or something.
Yeah, so it really took its toll for sure. But yeah, I had like every fucking symptom known to man,
Yeah.
and so that was terrible.
Did you
but,
lose all your taste and everything?
I didn't lose taste. I still don't have my smell. I
Mm.
don't have a sense of smell, so it's actually been kind of nice for me,
Yeah, that's
like to be
pleasant.
me.
So when people walk in your house, they're gonna be like, "Oh, what the fuck?" It's like
well,
shit
that's,
everywhere.
see,
You're
now
like,
that
"Oh."
makes me very self-conscious about like my breath, or like, do I have BO? I can't tell. I have no fucking idea. So
That's good.
that's good. I lost a lot of weight too, because I just wasn't.
I
I
think
had
you're gonna
no
say a lot of
appetite.
blood. I was gonna be like,
I
that might
lost
be
a lot of
something
blood.
else. Yeah.
I was shitting,
Yeah, all the things,
Sounds
lost
like
my
you
sense
have
of
cholera.
smell, felt like I had a flu, bloody asshole. We're like, whoa. That was the first symptom that came up. It started
Yeah.
years ago.
I had it. I was patient 0.
Yeah, memory loss, glitter balls. Might be involved in some other things.
So you or Lee haven't got it or anything?
No, nothing that's. I mean, look, I feel like shit. If you ask me right now, I'd be like, yeah, probably.
Well,
I
that's
don't.
what
Yeah, I know.
we
So everybody
joked about
says,
that
but there was
before.
nothing that I was ever just like, whoa, fuck, this is it. And like, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be like, but I'm always like, you know, like I would say, like I'd smoke all day and then sing and then do a podcast, and the next day I'd be like, my throat's sore, I have it, I'm dying. And they'd be like,
Yeah.
well, there's very obvious reasons why this created a sore throat.
Right.
So you know what I mean? No, nothing.
Right.
I don't know. Never tested positive for that. So, phew.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. So,
Well,
you know,
that's-
but I've been off work for like 2 weeks. But I thought about doing the show because I had time, but I was like, I feel
Yeah, it'd
awful.
be
I
like
look
bad
awful.
from the front lines of the
Yeah,
fight against
exactly.
COVID. They'd be like, really? You guys are doing this? We're on to a whole new thing now. About the Ukraine. That's what you got to see. OJ's new video. OJ's doing political commentary now. It's great. But he always just says, the Ukraine. I can't believe what's going on in the Ukraine.
There was like fucking some shit that made me again want to kill myself because of social media. But it was like, I don't know if it was just a joke, but it was like, you know, dances to
the
a
TikTok
dance
dances
challenge
to
to
save
like
the soldiers or
raise
something?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, and like Pink Floyd today, and I love Pink Floyd, you know me, but like they were like, if we're supportive of Ukraine, we are, you know, taking down all of, you know, Pink Floyd stuff from 1987 all the way through David Gilmour's you know, solo shit.
Yeah, it's all
Alpha Russian. And I was like, oh, that's a relief. You know what I mean? That's not that bad of a deal. Like, Russians probably like, okay, cool. So you're just leaving the good stuff then? Like, that, okay.
in support. We will be no more Godfather 3 in Russia.
Exactly, dude. You know, any Matrix film that came out after the original, it was you will not be able to view it now in Russia. None of the Star Wars prequels, you know, we're like, oh my God, no, you bastards, you know, fucking A, dude. Yeah,
Ukraine.
that's another thing. So, you know, remember how I called this out for like a while, and I'm not some Nostradamus motherfucker, but with the Russia and Ukraine thing, and because I've been reading about it forever, and like all my fears are kind of slowly being realized, like after they go to war, you know what I mean? Like they invade and there's civilians dying left and right, and they're bombing hospitals and shit, and like,
all right, that's allegedly.
we should
Crisis
say
actors. They're just going to show that scene from The Dark Knight where they blow up the fake hospital. It's like, ugh. Scary.
But yeah, so that sucks. And then I got COVID at the same time, so I was like, oh,
damn,
God.
dude.
Like,
the whole
yeah,
Asian
dude.
continent is hitting you, just fucking double teaming you. Fucking.
I'm not doing well with that part of the world, that's for sure.
If we could just take a bite, just the globe's gonna look like the Apple logo, just with a big bite out of it. Just take that whole chunk and shoot it off into space where it belongs.
It's fine with me. You have my vote on that, but you know, yeah, take them all down. Turn it into a parking lot.
I was watching. I mean, yeah, I've just just been watching movies and shit. It's great when you buy a sound bar and a big screen and like you have a theater. So it's like you're watching all these movies for like the first time. It's great. But, I'm watching shit and I'm like, there's so much destruction in all these movies. Is like the big thing in action is like a building's blowing up and there's fucking Godzilla's eating shit and everything's just getting destroyed and dying. It's like we love that. There's not a movie about anyone building anything. It's always like, this is a movie about someone having a kid.
There you go.
Like, does the kid die?
Field of Dreams, it's not a sound effects movie, but that's about building.
Yeah, but then there's still some sad shit. The little kid almost chokes on a hot dog. Fucking perverts in Hollywood. But I'm just saying, like, I was laughing.
This kid ain't gonna last in this
I was
business.
making my I was fucking just making myself laugh watching like the scene in the second Jurassic Park where he's tearing up San Diego and how we're all like, yay, like he hits a bus and we're all just like, yay, permanent damage, millions of tax dollars. Oh shit. Oh, that little kid just saw his dad get ate. That's a lifetime of therapy. Oh.
That is funny if you view it as an adult.
Yeah, you view it as an adult and you're like, oh my God, it's never going to, the traffic's going to be nuts. They can't fucking, that whole part town's going to be shut down for weeks. Oh, fuck, you're going to have to leave 20 minutes earlier. Fuck.
They're going to have to change like the fence law around a pool. You know what I mean? Remember the times they were drinking out of the pool? Now they're going to have to be like 20-foot tall concrete barriers. Like that.
People can be bitching about their dogs all the time. And then like someone goes through a window, just like action movie stuff that looks fun on film, But like
Yeah.
in real life, it'd just be a guy just like, like,
Yeah.
he's gonna have permanent scarring. He's gonna have to explain that to every sexual partner for the rest of his
Like,
life.
well, it's like in like the fucking Avengers when like New York is being like, what if you had really not heard of any of these superheroes? You know what I mean?
Like,
and then
people who don't pay
she's
attention.
going
Some
to work
old
one
Jewish
day,
woman just going to get the same bread she's been getting every Sunday for the fucking. She doesn't have cable. She doesn't have the internet. She doesn't
right.
Twitter. You know,
And then,
when
yeah,
they
she's like,
stayed
"Oh, God,
past
this is gonna cost a
115th,
fortune."
I didn't mind. But now they're flying around and.
Did you see that Black Widow movie?
Medea
What?
loses her husband.
Yeah.
No.
Tyler Perry's Black Widow. Oh no.
Yeah.
Um.
No, I didn't. I don't care about.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah. It just it was like a pandemic movie. Like it.
Of course
like,
it was.
It got delayed. You know what I mean? And
Oh, I
things
thought
like
you
that.
meant like they squeezed it into the thing.
No,
Now,
no,
like,
no. It had nothing to do with the plot, but like it was like one of the first movies I think that like major blockbuster movies that they put out like when people had to do shit from their home. Like, you know what I mean? Special effect. Like it was the worst, one of the worst looking Marvel movies I've ever seen. Like,
So they're all just doing
effects
edits
were
and sending
really bad.
Oh
yeah.
my god! Here's some green screen Scarlett Johansson stuff. The guy's just like, yeah, I'll give it back. Yeah, okay, just send that right to me.
Yeah.
And then like he sends them some shitty thing he did in 5 minutes because he spent 8 hours beating off to the fucking like just her like in the harness swinging around. Do we have any more costume tests? They're like, you're the sound guy. I need, I just want to get a vibe.
Yeah, I need to breathe it in,
Did you guys keep any of these suits? If you could just pass on her used...
used suits. I'll do the dry cleaning. And then he just never returns them. He's just like made a whole bed out of her used sweaty jumpsuits. I would. Like, definitely.
Yeah.
That's probably, I mean... If I could sneak my way onto a Hollywood set, not even to be in a film, but to be like one of those guys who's in charge of wardrobe or something like that, and just like, discard, or the laundry guy who's got to fucking, you know what I mean, go wash the fucking, panties and
dancing
stuff
with a fucking doll you made out of fucking
yeah, or like, being like the fucking costume person or the laundry guy on that Jennifer Lopez stripper movie and just like smelling all the G strings after, like.
Oh my god! Yeah, I guess is that not a job?
It's my fantasy.
That should be something.
It has to be. Somebody's got to do laundry for those things, right?
Really? Oh my god! There's got to be a whole black market for that shit.
You know what? Holy fuck! There probably is.
Yeah. Even other way, the cock sock from fucking this movie.
That counts as like a loss, and they just fucking get rid of the clothes that they use.
They found Weinstein's stash when they searched his house. They just like push a fake wall, and it's just.
Yeah, it's like that junk closet where like everything falls out, like, but it's all panties. And
it's all like recognizable.
A bowling ball is stored up above. I don't know why there's always a bowling ball that comes.
Yeah, does everyone have a personal bowling ball? Was that a thing back in the day?
That's one of those
or golf clubs that go flying everywhere.
Right, that's one of those classic movie tropes that we were talking about too. Like, like, honey, I'm home. Like, nobody says that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like. When somebody's stressed out in a movie, you ever notice that in like 80s movies, like they either ask where the Tylenol is or like they chug Pepto-Bismol. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's that disheveled guy.
Yeah.
It's like, who does that? Does
it's
that
like
people
he's
really
doing like a mix of like Pepto and Pepsi or something, and then he pulls out like a bottle. And it's always
just pouring rum in the fucking Pepto-Bismol thing, and
the deadline was an hour ago.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's for.
God,
dude, there was some great, oh my god. Yeah, you notice that shit. Like, when you get older, I'm sorry I'm on a Jurassic Park kick, because I haven't seen the new one, so I'm doing a whole run up to it. And I'm looking at you watching Better Call Saul. I'm like, no, you fucking loser. I'm like, I'm better shit. I'm busy. I can't be watching TV shows. I got to find out what happens to this dinosaur. But like, you think about shit when you watch when you were a kid. And in my head, they did this whole adventure. And now I'm watching it like the helicopter. And I'm like, Jeff Goldblum's nowhere near that fucking helicopter. Like, when you watch it as a kid, you're like, they flew on the helicopter and filmed it. Like, no, they didn't. They're in like a scene where it's like half a helicopter and it moves. And there's like a green thing behind them. And Laura Dern's like, where's my fucking Evian? I'm just like, there's not, you know what I mean? There's no, you think in your head as a kid, you're like, oh my God, that all really happened. And then you see it as an adult and you're like, know how movies are made, I guess. So you're just like,
I hear you. I mean, I don't, none of that's really like ruined for me necessarily. But like when
Well, no, that makes almost shit that's like, especially the Spielberg stuff, like stuff that when you can get completely lost in it without being like, whoa, look how much time they spent on this video game. Pew!
Right. Yeah.
When it's something that you're like, that actually really gives me the creeps with the subtlety of it.
Yeah, that's what I love still about like Jaws. Some of it looks like shit, but a lot of it's fucking great, and it's like classic, horror movie stuff where you don't really
it's
see
real
it,
people
and it's fear
too.
of the mind.
It's real people, like in a real town. It's not like one of those weird towns where it's like,
that's true. Nobody's good looking in that movie.
3 strikingly
not
gorgeous people in this town. There's like 3.
In Jaws, there's not. There's nobody good looking in Jaws.
They all just look like normal people.
Who, Kaylee? Who's good looking in Jaws? Sorry, Kaylee begs to differ. She thinks Chief Brody is hot.
Yeah, well, that's why he's like this star.
He's like 70s guy
compared to everybody
star.
else. Yeah,
it's because they couldn't get Burt Reynolds. I feel like Burt Reynolds was always in the running to be like the mate. You ever look at any of the IMDb stuff from like movies back in the day, and they give you like the list of actors that were in the running for like the lead parts, and almost top of the list every single time from like the 70s through the 80s is Burt Reynolds. Wow. It doesn't matter what it was. Like they wanted him to be fucking either Sonny or Michael in The Godfather. Burt Reynolds.
Who's that Italian actor? Like, we need some real authentic Italians in this. Burt Reynolds, right. Paul Newman.
It's just he sells tickets and nothing about
we need one of those blue-eyed Italians.
Those the type, and everyone's like, no, what?
They're all just drunk Irish actors going, Mamma Mia.
Well, that's why, dude, James. I don't know. As much as I love Godfather and I love James Caan. Just specifically in that movie, I don't really like James Caan in anything. He seems like a total asshole, and he's not good enough to be like that much of a dick. You know what I mean?
He is apparently notorious.
In The Godfather, he's like, come on. You know what I mean?
Well, he's supposed to be a dick. He's Sonny.
But
Sonny's an asshole.
He's doing his cheap Italian impersonation. You know what I mean? It's not.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. All the stereotypes that they just put it into him for some reason, and he was just like, "That's how you guys talk, right?" And then okay, go for it, because he was a big star. You know what I mean? Just have him in there.
He was legendary at the Playboy Mansion for being quite the coxman.
Coxman?
Yes, meaning he would spend days there just banging everybody. Because back in the day, he's a fucking like a swordsman.
I got that.
He's a guy who uses prickle on it, that plays with the horse and the fat tits and the old guy in a robe.
Dude, I love that story of when Jim Carrey dressed as who the fuck was
Tony
the lounge
Clifton?
singer? Yeah, Tony Clifton.
Oh yeah,
and then
I remember
then he had the other guy. Didn't he have the other guy? There was another guy
Bob
who
Zamuda.
was Tony...
Oh yeah, no, I think the story was Zamuda, who was originally Andy Kaufman's writing partner. And they would do people would be watching Tony Clifton thinking they're watching Andy Kaufman, then Andy Kaufman walks out.
So
Zamuda dressed as Tony Clifton to the thing, and he was fucking with everybody, and Hugh Hefner thought it was hilarious, and then Jim Carrey walks in, just Jim Carrey.
Right, but he got blown by these girls thinking it was fucking Jim Carrey. That's why they were
it's pretty awesome,
the guy who looked like Tony Clifton is only because they thought it was Jim Carrey.
It's very realistic fat suit.
But that's kind of fucked up. But I think it's amazing. So a lot of people talk shit about Jim Carrey, and I'm sure he was the most annoying person ever.
Dude, there's a great quote from Tommy Lee Jones about when they were doing Batman, and he said something like, finally, he was just like, I can't. I can picture Tommy Lee Jones saying, I can't stand you, and something like, I can't endorse your buffoonery, or something. He would be a very obnoxious guy.
But specifically on Man on the Moon, that set, that whole documentary on Netflix, was it Jim and Andy, I think it's called?
Yeah.
It's incredible. I feel like he actually embodied what Andy Kaufman was and fucked with people in ways that he would, socially. Sometimes it wasn't even funny. He would just do it just to fucking do it because he could, and it was art, and it was but
the reaction
anybody who was actually
is
in the
the
immediate
art
vicinity
or something.
wanted to murder him.
Yeah, the reaction is the art, I think, is the quote
absolutely.
or whatever.
Yeah. And it's true. That's why I thought it
Isn't it ironic that a guy named
like,
Kaufman got some sort of lung cancer? I never thought about that. Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, Andy Kaufman. Yeah, they kind of put the nail in the coffin.
Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
Hey, old Kaufman over there.
Dude, when there's movies I really want to see like that are coming out in theaters, I sometimes like have a dream before it comes out, before I've seen it, that like I'm watching the film and it's a weird ass movie. It's not good in my head.
Oh,
But
so it's like you're worried about it. It's not gonna
so
live
like
up to
when
your
that
expectations.
new Halloween movie came, the last Halloween movie, Halloween Kills, came out, like I had a whole dream that I watched the whole fucking thing. And I woke up and I was like, well, that was pretty cool. And I was like, but that's obviously not going to be the movie.
I had a dream
and it
I was
happened
watching
recently
this
with
movie
Batman.
where I was titty fucking a chick who works at the.
Works
It was this crazy ass movie I dreamed about.
No, but like I don't know what, I think it's just
Oh, you had
like,
a Batman
my
dream?
obsessive qualities. Yeah. And I had a Batman dream and it was good. But like it was still weird. I was like waiting for things to I don't know. But I had this whole
it's never gonna meet your expectations of what you think it's supposed to be, I guess.
Yeah, but I saw it and it was fucking awesome.
Oh, well,
like,
what if in real life it's not as good as your dream one now?
Well, it's not. You know what I mean? Like, no. So my Halloween dream was better than the actual film.
Okay.
The Batman movie, my dream sucked, and the movie was fucking dope.
All right, I haven't seen the Batman movie yet.
You
Don't tell me who
it.
Batman is.
That's
Don't
a big
spoil
mystery.
it.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
No, but it was fucking dope, and you should go see it like immediately.
Yeah, I don't. I want to wait till it's no. I want to wait till I don't have to go see it with people. Like we got to go either when there's kids
I guess.
or in
But if
school.
you go during the day,
yeah, exactly.
I
gotta wait till we. Yes, exactly.
You
All
know?
right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to do that. Like, because I was kind of worried about this whole Russia thing. Then I went to the mall on a Saturday, and I was like, ugh. Come on, but fucking put it right here. I want to be, if they say the bomb's coming, I'm going to be out there like fucking catching a fly ball. Like just hit me right in the face. Why aren't these people walking? Why are you just standing in the obvious walking place?
Yeah.
So
no,
yeah,
I don't like going shopping. So like malls are like my worst.
They're fun. No, well that's the thing. Lee misses the point when I'm like, yeah, it's going to the fucking mall, and she's like, well, what are we're walking around trying to buy stuff. I'm like, no, I'm here to watch the show, man. I'm here like just to be like, look at that one.
Well, it used to be way better when I could
is
fucking.
Is it sitting or is it? I can't tell. It was standing, then it's sitting, but its body stayed the same.
When I could get
shape.
baked and go places, then like I didn't mind nearly as
entertaining,
much.
I guess.
But with work, I can't get baked, so like all of those things that were slightly tolerable are now not tolerable whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I run out of gas real quick. It's real fun for a minute, and then I'm like, we need to get the fuck out.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear it.
But yeah, I would go during the fucking week when
together.
there's a cool fucking go to that theater with the cool fucking seats and shit. There's been so many times where the fucking movie gets fucking sucks because everyone's an asshole, and then I'm like, I have a fucking, for lack of a better term, theater in my home.
Right.
Which,
no, I hear it.
I mean?
And I watched a lot of movies like that. Like I got HBO Max.
Not watching
and,
it
like,
on
when
a
everything was
fucking iPad.
released on that, it was fucking dope to watch at home. But like I think that the Batman is gonna come out eventually on HBO
but
Max.
I do like the movies. I like the popcorn. I like.
No, it's cool. But so there was 3 people in the theater, including me.
See, that's
I went.
fucking tight.
It was awesome, but there was a guy in the corner, and the movie's long, dude. It's like 3 hours long.
Yeah, see, that's
About
like
an hour
I
and a
gotta
half-
pee and stuff. I want to eat.
An hour and a half in, all you hear is like, and dude, this guy was snoring so loud, I almost wanted to throw my water bottle at him.
You see, that's what I'm saying. I would have fucking killed that guy.
I know because I was just so in it, and it was cool because it was just me. I had it felt like the whole place to myself. Had the nice reclining seats and shit.
Yeah.
As soon as I was clear, like they said that I was out of quarantine, then I went right to the fuck. I told Kaylee, I was like, I'm gonna go to the movies. I went at 12:30. I wasn't back until like 4:00 or a little after. She was like, holy fuck, how long was that movie? I was like, long, dude. It was, but like when I get excited, like when a Tarantino movie comes out, and the last few have been like 3 hours. You know what I mean? I like that because it's a fucking movie and I don't want it to end. Same thing with like Batman.
Like the long
like,
shit, but I want to be able, I just want to be like, hey, can we just pause it? There's only 3 of us and that guy's sleeping. So just fucking pause it. Let me go take a piss and have a smoke and fucking, you know what I mean?
Went to one double feature in my life, and that was when 3 from Hell came out. So my niece and I, Eva, we went and saw Devil's Rejects, and then immediately followed the new, the sequel, 3 from Hell, Rob Zombie's films, and it was fucking dope to see because I never saw Devil's Rejects in theaters, which was really weird because it's such a fucked up movie, and like there's obviously all these super fans there, and like they're laughing at the parts that I would laugh at, which are really fucked. You know what I mean? Like not any rational human being or self-respecting.
Someone's doing the De Niro and Cape Fear, just like watching them fucking murder people, and just like you're loving it. You're like, okay, let's watch out for that guy.
During the shitty part was that the end credit theme song in Devil's Rejects, right, which they showed first, and obviously because it came before the new one, I wanted to watch because it ends with like that Freebird like slow motion, face off against the cops and amazing, and then the fucking
face off. There's a picture.
Now that's a movie. So like fucking. And then it ends with that, credits of going through like the road on the desert, and it's that Terry Reid song, Seated Memory, and it's fucking amazing. So I'm watching that because I love that song, and it's got theater sound, and I'm like, yeah. So I run to take a piss real quick. They didn't even there's not like a 5-minute break in between films. They just went from one to the other. So I missed the beginning of the new movie. I was like,
you would think there'd be like the intermission, they'd play the fucking previews or do the whole gamut again where they, let's all go to the movies.
Yeah, nope. They didn't do that. So I learned the hard way that sucked. So I wasn't able to see like the first few minutes.
I think I did too.
Until I bought the movie.
Like at the fucking drive-in one time. It was, I don't know.
Drive-ins are different.
Because they do kind of bundle them together.
Yeah, drive-ins,
we were there,
I've done
and then
that, but like...
They got really... Dude, this crazy storm came in.
Inside of a theater, and that was weird.
It was a storm came in when we were outside, and it was fucking wild to watch everything blow around. And they were like, it's coming, and then Bill Pullman came out, and he's like, it's already here. And we had to run downstairs, and then the whole fucking outdoor thing got destroyed by this huge fucking twister.
That's hilarious. Yeah, and luckily you had a leather belt on that saved you and Lee. And...
We all hid behind Helen Hunt's forehead. And it's protected the whole town, actually. Well, that's what the movie was being screened on. It was they were playing The Shining on her forehead with her big.
Now that would be art, dude. That would be total art. Just to watch like that.
We were in fucking this weird little funky place by DC where like this little town is only for like conventions and shit. It's all hotels, restaurants, and like a big convention center. So it's this funky little weird vacation-y town. And outside, like on the beach, they had a big screen and they were playing like for like Friday night. They played movies out there, and they played that fucking stupid La La Land movie, which I don't give a fuck about musicals, but it was like you're watching it and it's like cutesy and you're with your girlfriend and the whole town's out watching this thing. It was kind of cool. It was like this weird bonding thing. I don't know. It was like whatever. But then this crazy fucking storm came in over the water. Like you're watching the movie and then like huge bolt of lightning and it was like whoa, and like we're all waiting and like you're kind of
was it raining?
It out. It started to. Yeah. Then they cut the movie. Like they stopped.
Oh.
Like I never saw the rest of it, but that's fine. I like that. I want to keep my memory of that. It's just like we're watching
that's a pretty dope experience.
Cute movie and you're on a little vacation with your girlfriend, blah blah blah, and then fucking this crazy storm comes in and like people were sticking it out and then eventually it just started raining and we all ran for our goddamn lives. There was like crazy because over the ocean, lightning and storms and shit are like
dude, it's amazing, wild. Man. At my even lake storms, man. Like remember, like times we'd be sitting on the porch at the Jug and you watch that shit roll in, or like at my cottage, man. It's some of the craziest storms I've ever seen. Actually, the only time I've ever seen like a sort of a tornado was at my cottage. There was two. What do they call them? Cyclones, like when that hits water.
Yeah, those are
you know what I mean.
Well, Mike and I saw that.
Yeah. Which I can't believe there's so many of those, but I can. That's great. Good for them. You know what I mean? It keeps Tara. What's her name? Tara Reid.
Yeah.
Terry. Yeah.
Terry.
She's
Reid.
Terry Reid. Tara Reid. She's an amazing songwriter. You know what I was thinking about too? Like I think we brought it up before.
Dicks.
Like it'll never change, dude. We're gonna be doing this when we're like 45, and it's still gonna be that. No, but like, fucking generic T-shirts and like fat people who wear them, and you know what I mean? Like,
like out of shape guys who wear like fitness clothing all day. I have an Adidas shirt, but I haven't ran since the last time,
since gym class in high school. But like, things that it's like you can't fix stupid.
Yeah.
Or something. Or like bumper stickers and shit like that. You know what I mean? On trucks.
It's just the douchiest shit.
Or like no fat chicks. And
I'd rather be gaming.
Yeah, so, exactly. Like my other car is a fucking ATV, like shit like that or something. It's like, I don't know. I just hate it. It's little things that chip away at me. That's eventually it's gonna
because
win,
you're a strange,
just gonna
interesting
jump off a
person with
cliff.
all these weird, unique thoughts. I guess we'll put it. So when we just see those people who just. I mean, fuck, do they line up and just eat the pellet? Like, they just like, hand it anything. There's no, like, originality. There's no, like, it's just, I don't know what speaks to them about it. The Calvin and Hobbes guy pissing on a thing. Like, who's, like, a tap-out shirt or the fucking spiderweb tattoo on the elbow.
Right.
It's like those things that are like, why did 1 million guys get this? It's like in video games when you see the same person.
Barbed wire tattoos kind of, like, faded out as well. And tribal tattoos aren't as...
But it's like in a video game when you see like the same guy walking down the street over and over, but like he's in a blue shirt now. It's just the same. Yeah. They only made 5 characters and they just kept redoing them. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
Like, like waking up in Pleasantville and realizing
there was a whole generation of people that I'm just like, where did these guys get this weird vibe to them from? And then I watched Alpha Dog for the first time ever. Remember the dumbass movie?
Cuba Gooding Jr.?
No. With fucking Timberlake.
That was Snow Dogs, I think.
Snow Dogs. It's like fucking Timberlake and fucking all these. There was like a late 90s, early 2000s like MTV movie about the guys who like kidnapped that kid, and it was like drug deals and shit, but like white gangster nerds they're all rich parents and shit. Rich kids trying to do gangster shit. But Timberlake in that movie is just like explain the personality of a lot of people that, you're just like, oh, that's where that whole generation came from. That whole Blink-182-y hip-hop-y thing. Them guys with the fucking, I don't know.
They peaked in the early 2000s.
Yeah, gay male model-y type guys who are just like, the gayer I get, the more pussy I get. I'm like, how did that combination ever work? But it did, I guess, for a little bit. Put Zoolander on the other day. It was like getting into a fucking time machine. I haven't seen that shit in so long. You're just like taken back to it's a VH1 movie from like 2000. And I'm like, wow.
Zoolander?
Yeah. You're like, everybody was wearing silver. Why? The fuck's going on?
I don't know.
Everyone looks like they all have future dreadlocks.
Visors, like, remember when that was the thing? I had a visor. I didn't do like the frosted tips, but I had like a Volcom or Volcom, however you pronounce that company's name. Same thing with me. I don't know what Patreon. I don't fucking know Volcom.
Patreon.
But
they're Patreon. They're patrons of our business. I don't know.
I guess.
Yeah,
Patreon
but the hat
like
with the thing and the guy from fucking Blink-182 and like, you know what I mean? There's that whole vibe with just like, damn, that fucking candle went out quick. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like one of those. Yeah. Is that going to come back like the 80s did or the 90s did? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
Is that going to come back
now? So the 90s fashion might come back.
The 90s fashion's totally coming back. We're walking through them all, and like every top, like every tank top in a store looks like it's for a fucking dog. There are all these super small tank tops and then big, huge fucking pants. Which, like, the 90s vibe, like, big platformy shoes, there's totally 90s vibe coming back. Bucket hats and shit.
Like plaid and shit.
I'm saying, okay, give it another 10 years, we're going to be in this weird thing where all the teenagers are dressing like, like, they're all dressing like Carson Daly or some shit with, like, a, frosted tips and a bright silver shiny fucking zip-up jacket or something, and, like... that early fucking 2000s look, is that going to come back, or is that just a thing where they're like, let's leave Hoobastank where it was? There's no like nostalgic putting on like I don't know.
Hoobastank, dude. Kaylee and I were talking about them the other day. We were talking about, because I make fun of her because she she likes a lot of bands from that early 2000s era.
There's a nostalgia factor to
Nickelback and Buckcherry and fucking Puddle of Mud, which I actually used to be into when I was younger. Puddle of Mud, not a fan, huh?
All of those things are terrible.
Theory of a Dead Man, Hinder.
Yeah, no, nothing. Keep
naming, I know it makes me sick.
Name
it makes me
anything in the world, trash. And that'll be my reaction. Like croutons. I'm like, ow, fucking stop dressing up stale bread and trying to trick me, you fucking piece of shit.
Stop trying to dress up stale bread.
Anything.
Anything.
It's just like, oh god. I remember we were in like some fucking store. In like the fucking fabric store or whatever. She's looking for shit to sew. And there's a song on. I can't remember what it was. I should have recorded it. And I just couldn't stop giggling. She's like, what? I'm like, music is so fucking gay. It's just so gay. What are you singing?
Most of it is,
about what you feel? Ugh.
Yeah. That's the thing, dude. Whenever I try to write lyrics, I mean, you're pretty good at lyrics, man. But like
Because
my
I don't
shit,
care about anything.
because I don't care about anything
You
either,
don't
and
try.
I don't have like
Stop
an
trying.
artsy.
Don't try to make it good.
Yeah,
It's not
I know,
gonna be good.
and then I find like if I just let go, my shit's depressing,
Yeah.
and I'm like, then I don't want to sing it, and I don't want to bring that to the world. So like my songs are always, I have instruments for them, I have like the written music, but then when it comes to the lyrics, and I write it, I'm just like, ugh, like I'm like I don't, and you're always your own worst critic, but I don't know, because that's where I just automatically go. That's where like. That's the therapeutic part, is the release of that thing, and getting through all the hardship. But like, not everybody wants to listen to that. I don't.
No.
I always make fun of my brother Matt for listening to who loves sad music, but he's not a sad person. You know what I mean? It's
That's
just
how he gets it out of his system, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. But and everybody like Kaylee loves like that type of music too, but she also likes like straight up like fucking music, you know what I mean, like R&B shit, and you know what I mean, or like I don't know, fucking heavy rock, that shit like that, you know what I mean, like everyone's in their own shit. But like when you and I grew up, say like our high school, when like say like in the 80s and 90s, and people, that like those bands were like everything in their life. When we grew up, man, the bands that were popular for us, we had nothing to do with, because it sucked.
Not
like
really,
we like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it was popular to us.
Like when I was super
saying, like,
young, I guess that whole first wave of fucking that pop punky Green Day type
yeah,
thing,
sure,
but there was really nothing contemporary after that.
No, but like high school, like say like, okay, when my brothers were in the 90s, early 90s,
right,
and like 94, I think
we weren't seeing our favorite bands as like the top things.
No, but like, dude, like
world.
they had fucking Smashing Pumpkins, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden. Just those alone right there, you know what I mean? Pearl Jam, fucking everybody. Like it
Bush.
was. Yeah, sorry, I can't believe I forgot about Bush.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was like a thing where you could be like, oh my god, and base your fucking life off of that.
Right. We didn't have that.
We were
at the tail end of everything, even the shit that was still going. Like even like any band that we still liked were like guys that were just kind of trickling
either they
after
just
the
broke
90s.
Up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like Fish wasn't around while we were in high school, and they had recently like after we graduated, they got back together.
And whatever, but even like it's never been like it wasn't. The 90s was just a crazy decade, as it is with everything.
Yeah,
it was really a lot of cool shit going on. We kind of like hit this weird after thing of just this. Is it the future yet? Everyone's wearing silver. Is it? I don't know. There's this weird whooshy pant vibe. It was a very bizarre time. Every movie was about like. It was like this new technology movie, but it was always just like the oldest shit. It was just like one like little like typewriter text that was like, I'm talking to a person on the other side of the room, man. This shit's in our brains now. They're spying on us. And it's like one shitty picture of someone. You're just like, yeah, what the fuck? You could accidentally get that information now.
That's true, man. It is fucking wild, but dude, even family computers and like how we used to have to jerk off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
when
and
nobody was home,
the
like
accountant of your house,
time.
the fucking how your parents got all their paperwork done, what you did your homework on.
Yeah.
And everybody used it for the same reason. It's horrible. What a horror that computer was. The computer just like after is like smoking a cigarette. Like,
Jesus Christ.
I've been fucking handling this family's accounts, the kids into all sorts of weird shit. The mom, I don't even want to get into what she's looking at. Oh my God.
Yeah, family computers. I can't imagine they need like a therapist.
That's why it's like they would just die after a while. They would just fucking just burn themselves out. They would just get a virus because they would just get fucked in every hole possible. They would just get some sort of horrible virus and then just die, and you had to get a new one.
Well, what was fucked too was that my dad, the computer that we had at my house, he used for his business as well. So if I downloaded some porn and it gave a virus to the computer, it was like like some people didn't get paid that week, because I was horny. And like, you know, like that's why I wanted to see some boobs.
You went to boobies.com.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't know how to fucking get through the good shit and the ones that are,
I didn't
you
even
know
how to jerk off when I was looking at stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, you just, I don't know. And then even like the desperation.
It'd be funny
like,
if you stumbled upon
just
some
use
like
your mind
case files
without porn. You know what I mean? Because now it's just like it's on your phone. You just fucking whatever. It's
you
the
can't
easiest
avoid
thing
it.
in the world. No, but like it's so simple. Like who jerks off without watching porn on their phone? That's wild to me. Because it used to be that way because we had nothing. We had nothing but our pure imagination and like you know and like have a wank. So and you'll thank. But like yeah, but that's
Augustus, no. Augustus. Yeah, come on. There's got to be some sort of fucking Willy Wonka sex shop thing where they go in and it's all like different flavored condoms and shit, like you know, big jelly lube things,
edible
and, like,
panties.
Yeah,
is that even still
dildos.
a thing? Wacky dildos. I feel like that's something you would like a
still the Oompa Loompas are all in lingerie,
hit somebody
garter
with
bells
a
and
wacky
shit.
dildo.
One of the Oompa Loompas is dressed like a pink fox.
As if like a orange and green haired midget wasn't kinky enough.
Yeah.
You know, they have to
With,
like
weird.
take it further.
They had like weird dicks coming out of their hips. Remember, like hips like had points like they had their hips had
they
boners.
did. They had those weird like. For some reason, like old like military generals had those type of pants that stuck out. I don't know what it was, why that was a thing, or what the meaning of that is, but that was a thing for a while.
It's the
so
more
there you go.
important, the more higher up you get. Like Hitler just was wearing a fucking dress. It's like a big, you know what I mean? He looked like a giant kite. He's like, "What the fuck did you just call me?" He's like, kite. I'm speaking. Like, all right, dude, chill with your fucking side boner pants. Yeah, no, Willy Wonka's Willy Wanka's fuck Willy Wankers. You don't have to change the first name. It's fine.
Dude, you know what we forgot to do? It's March already, and remember I thought of the TV theme show, like March Madness bracket?
Oh,
that we
yeah,
would
kind
do?
of. I don't know. I don't remember any of this shit.
It wasn't a fun idea.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be. If we had like a person...
Sanford and Son wins. Good.
That
Thanks for playing.
Yeah, you're right. There you go. That is like one of the funkiest.
Or Law and Order SVU. Specifically the SVU.
Are they different? I thought they're all the same.
I think there's there's a little variation, and then over the years they would change a little bit. They had to freshen it up. Yeah, it's a fucking masterpiece in like 45 seconds. It goes through so much, all this stuff, and you're it was the uncle. No, it wasn't. It was the janitor, and you know you go through this range of emotions. It's a roller coaster.
I used to watch SUV like all the time, and then
SUVs
one day I realized
cars, SVU.
Oh, whatever.
Law and Order sport utility vehicles. They just find a fucking,
they might as well.
A Jeep in an alley behind a dumpster with its panties down, and they're like, "Oh God, what kind of monster?"
Not again.
Ice-T's like, "That's messed up." That's all he ever fucking said.
I know,
dude. I got one of the biggest laughs. I remember those specific laughs were like. You know, we were all watching this. There's like 6 people in a row. Everyone's stoned out of their fucking minds watching this fucking show. And they, like, it's, you know, third act of the episode. They figure it out. Chris Maloney pops in and just starts beating the living fuck out of this guy because I think he's the one who fucking fucked and killed the kid. And he's beating the shit out of him, and he, like, lost his temper. Like, cops aren't supposed to do that. You know, so, and then Ice-T pops in, and he looks at the scene, and there's, like, this dramatic look where they look at each other. And then he shows Ice-T, and I just was like, we had the wrong house. Like, the fucking room exploded with laughter. It was perfect timing. It was just set up, and I was just right out of the fucking park.
Man,
that's messed up. You don't put his dick up in them kids? That's messed up.
That's messed up. You put a stick in those kids.
I said dick, you fucking pervert.
Oh, I thought you said stick. Well, that would be fucked up, too, like a crime.
Kids? Yeah, of course it would, yeah.
That's messed up.
It's messed up.
What
were you saying? I don't know. I got distracted.
I don't know, man.
I'm trying to think of an Ice-T song besides Cop Killer.
Yeah, now that's tough. He came out with some heavy metal shit a few years ago.
Yeah, he was doing heavy metal shit in like the early 90s.
He was?
Yeah, he like started doing like Yeah.
Were they like the start of that? Like the rap metal?
Well, he certainly has a lot to fucking atone for, doesn't he? Nah, it's the fucking Walk This Way was the fucking big putting, whoa, the black guys and the white guys together. Whoa. Look, they broke the wall down, the musical barrier between the two. And Aerosmith is just like, we all have ex-wives. We need some fucking money. Please, for the love of fucking sake, we need some fucking money. I can't play county fairs anymore. There's no pussy at county fairs, please.
They're like, thank God we did it with them and not Vanilla Ice, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. There's a weird thing at work. There's a lot of weird shit that goes on at work. Majority of the people I work with are men, middle-aged.
All right.
And
we're getting there.
There's like an excessive amount of pubes.
Oh my God.
In every urinal. Like, dude, like, I don't know if there's like one dude who's like a pube plucker.
He's balding.
Dude, or alopecia. Like, yeah, like alopecia. But like, no, seriously, man. They're long old man pubes.
Wow.
And like,
oh my
it's like
God.
it's not even a game. It's like a public service to piss it down the drain.
Yeah.
Of the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then one time I was sitting in the break room and there was like a bunch of us around and everyone's kind of on their phone and I was like, does anybody else like realize or like acknowledge that? Somebody else please acknowledge this pube epidemic that we have going on here? And they all just started laughing. I was like, who is doing this? What is going on? And I was like, I piss them down the drain, and they're like, so do we. Like, everyone's like, yeah, so do I. I was like, it's not a fun game. It's disgusting. But, like, you do that because you just want to get rid of it.
Gauge the response of anybody, or one guy's like, yeah, I mean, it's not that weird, right? It's not that weird.
No, I don't think anybody in the room was the guy doing it. But, dude, they're super long. I don't know. It's like doll hair or something. It's like, it's fucked up, man. It's so weird. Like, the amount of pubes that are in just urinals. Like, what are they, like, is it sticking through their zipper? And then when they unzip it, like, cuts them, and then they just, like,
yeah,
it's
like a glitter bomb of pubes or something. I have no idea. It's like some weird werewolf transformation some poor guy's going through. He goes,
but it's not just one bathroom. It's like guaranteed any urinal that you go into. It's just like, and these guys, I mean, I don't care, you know, keep your stuff as long as you want, or, you know, groom. I don't care, but like, don't do it at work.
I never thought about the balding of pubes. You know what I mean? I never thought about that.
Losing hair in your, the old men.
No, they lose hair in their heads, like, and then hair. It kind of the hair just goes in and then starts coming out other places.
Ah, okay.
Like this drain gets clogged, but then the water's got to go somewhere.
Do you have old man hair growing out of your ears yet?
A little bit.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and it kind of disturbs me.
No,
you know, I don't like it. I don't like it.
You get that thing that comes with age where you get an erection while you're watching them little K-pop videos and then boys dancing around. It's just, you know, we're all getting to that age where those things happen, you know. Nature really takes its course with you, doesn't it?
It's natural. That's what happens. It's called being a man.
Yeah. No, the pube thing is pretty fascinating. I think you got to get one and fucking, you know, do some DNA testing or something. How do you find out? Is it like a fingerprint? Everyone's pube is different. Like,
I don't know. I mean, that person would have to be in the system somehow, have been fingerprinted, and you know, if they're not, then we don't know.
Well, then you got to do a little research. You got to start blowing all these guys.
Yeah, just holding up the hair and be like, boink! Yeah, boink! And yeah. I don't know. It's just such a weird thing to really have to go through.
That always,
there's a lot.
just always
because
pubes
we had
right
the
there.
serial jizzer, right? We had that guy.
I forgot about that. Wait, what was the story on that one?
There was a few times where I'd go in to take a shit and there would be like floaty jizz still in the toilet, like, and like it's nothing else. It's not like some dude was like,
you sure it was after,
like blowing his nose.
It wasn't
in the
after
fucking...
you went and took a shit.
Yeah,
you looked down, there's jizz everywhere. You're like, ah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't me. Trust me, I clear my stuff out. I do enemas, but like it was. So that was the thing, and I haven't seen serial jizzer in a while.
Yeah,
but now there's the perpetual pubis, or whatever you want to call it. Well, I'm trying to think of the news headline. You know, that newspaper, the perpetual pubis.
Pube pranks.
Yeah,
pisses off peers.
Postpart. I don't know. Yeah, so that's
platypus.
It's such a weird. It's like every time I take a piss, like that's a thing that I have to deal with.
Yeah, that's you
know
gotta
what I
like
mean?
street sweep it up, like
Yeah,
you're hosing the leaves out of the
It's
driveway.
a public service. It's a thankless job, but it's like, you know.
Yeah, like you're picking up fucking trash on the side of the highway. It's like, you know.
Yeah. It's you know,
community
you're doing
service.
a good thing, but it's like you have to do it.
They have community service. They have the van that comes and does like yard work at the graveyard across the street. You've never seen anything creepier than guys in orange jumpsuits at a graveyard, fucking blowing leaves and shit. It's just a very odd looking thing.
One time when I was electrician's assistant and I was working for a company, and we did the revamp of the fire hall in Lewiston, and it was a cool job. It took many months, but it was awesome. I learned a lot. But also they have they're firemen. They're very tied in with police and the sheriff's department and shit. Sometimes they would have these convicts come in and clean up the job site, which I was kind of concerned about because there's so many metal scraps and sharp things and things that they could clearly just...
They could make it out of anything.
Right, but their jumpsuits weren't orange. Their jumpsuits were red and white stripes. And so
oh yeah, that kind of sounds familiar.
And we started calling them candy cons.
Yeah, because they got it's like that way though. It's not like the pin stripes like an old timey.
It's not up and down. It's a
that
fucking
way.
It's a candy cane. It's
a Where's Waldo looking.
I mean, so it's very easy to spot them. It's the same thing as the orange. I didn't know if it's like a difference in jail, if it's like county jail or
that's
prisons
their school
do
clothes,
a different thing.
The orange ones are their jammies. You know, there's feet at the bottom of those orange ones. It's actually pretty cute. It's like a big sleepover in there. It's fun.
Really, there is?
Yeah.
They have like a little butt flap too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's like a little bunny tail on it. They're fun.
You ever have?
You ever saw one of the guys put the fucking hood up on the orange jumpsuit and there's ears on it, and it's it's a good time. I don't know why everybody's so scared of them.
And they have like kids sit on their laps.
Yeah, it's a big slumber party. That's what Johnny Cash was singing to. No, I don't remember ever having footy pajamas.
You never had footy pajamas?
I don't think so.
Even when you were a little kid, really?
Not that if I did, it was so long ago I don't remember. That's
neglectful
fine.
Mother didn't care if your feet were cold?
No, she didn't.
Either way, if you have an emergency bathroom issue when you're a little kid, it's very hard to get out of one of those. So I shit.
It's an emergency.
Those a lot.
And then after you just give up,
I just remember shitting and having.
That's why they put the butt flap
in my back.
Yeah, that's why they put the butt flap in them for those specific fucking reasons.
That was old school, butt. In cartoons you'd see the old man wearing the fucking red.
Well, I guess it's like if you had to go shit in a fucking closet that you built in the backyard in the middle of the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're fucking
want
cold.
Some flaps. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, man, have you ever shit in an outhouse?
I mean, not a
porta
one that
potty,
wasn't
like
plastic. Yeah, no, not with a moon on the door and everything.
Yeah.
No.
No.
So I haven't been prospecting in a while.
I did once, and that was
Darnation! There's gold up in them hills.
Anywhere. It's not like a big hole. It's disgusting.
It's all pageantry. It's just you're just shitting in the ground, but they just put a fucking thing around you to make you feel like you're in a different place, but you're not.
To make you feel like you're in a different place, but you're not.
You're not. You're just sitting in a chair right there.
Pretty much a giant place for bees to live. And you have to shit
shit falling out of your ass
as quick as possible to not be stung or get
and they
splinters.
Just move the thing, and then a tree grows. That's where trees come from.
That is a weird thing where it's the grossest thing about us.
Gives
spawns
life.
a lot of life. Yeah, it's fertilizer, I guess, and that's a beautiful thing.
If you mix
in of itself,
sunlight, which is a magical thing, you mix water, which is the sustenance of life, and you mix that nasty fucking pudding that comes out your ass after you fucking that all those things. Those are the things that create life. If you want to create human life, it's got to come out the front. And go into her front hole.
But sometimes when
life comes out the back hole, you shoot up the front hole, out the back hole. That's how you make That's how you make life.
I always found it.
That's what the circle of life is about. That's what that song's about.
Elton John would know.
Yeah, they're like, who do we get to? The circle of life is actually just 8 dudes sitting in a circle. Then they're all.
They're actually. taking life for granted because sperm is not being used to fertilize or to procreate, right? It's just if they're sitting,
You're spraying it around all willy-nilly. In a fucking super soaker fight. Wasting all the good stuff.
Willy-nilly. That could be a good country name, I feel.
Willy-nilly?
Willy-nilly, yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That could be my stage name, because Jimmy and I's, theoretical country band is Heavens to Betsy. Or like, what in tarnation? Like the things that like you've heard a million times in like a cartoon or a Western and nobody actually says. Another movie trope. I'm just obsessed with that shit. I'm like
yeah, because you watch enough stuff, and we were talking about like 90s shit. We were watching some fucking dumb sitcom from the 90s or something, and like the dad was like an architect. He had his office in the house. Remember how every dad in the 90s was an architect? And every house was like just wood angles pointing everywhere. It all looked like my house. But like the dad, like it was just such perfect. Like he was in his office, like the little setup to the scene. And he's like looking at a paper, and he's got a pencil behind his ear, and he kind of like looks at it and then puts another thing, and then goes over here and pulls a map. And it's all just blank pieces of paper he's pretending to look at. And you could just see him go like 4, 3, 2, well, okay. And then like it was like perfect, like just dad acting. Like pretend you're doing some shit. Like he's like, should I be reading the book? They're like, we don't give a fuck. Just look like you're doing something. I don't know.
One thing I noticed,
and he just looks at the thing for half a second and then turns, and it's like, what could he have possibly gotten in that fraction of a second of information? There's just no realistic thing. If you actually walked in on an architect, he'd be just sitting there looking at the same thing. He wouldn't be just like walking around like,
Well, when they show like artists in movies and the actors aren't artists,
I need to throw those
when you have like the already drawn drawing and what they actually show, like they'll show them sketching from this angle. Then when they actually show like the real thing, it's just them adding a little more stencil to the already finished drawing. And the artists, I wonder, because they hand like a complete drawing and then they see like the actor like go over it and they're like, I wouldn't have done that. Fuck you. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Like, you know what I mean? And shit like that. Or like in movies that, where they show like somebody playing an instrument, but they'll just show the hands and it's the actual person playing. It's not the actor, but like
it's another
the musician
guy,
that they hired.
Yeah.
The cool thing about that Peacemaker show I was telling you about, there's like a spinoff of Suicide Squad, John Cena. There's like this really, he's a douchebag and superhero, and like he loves 80s music. But there's a scene where it's like really endearing, and like he's all sad, and he sits down at this piano and he starts playing Home Sweet Home by Motley Crue. But it's a full shot, and it's him, and he learned actually how to play that on the piano, and it was really fucking cool. I'm glad that they did that, because it would have been cool if he was just playing it, but it was maybe a non-musician wouldn't give a shit.
The character is very dedicated.
Yes,
Well, you see, there's so many fucking times in a movie that's so funny, and I guess maybe, non-musicians don't notice when, like, the band, they have, like, the famous band come into play, and it just, like, the record of them starts.
Oh, that's
it was
the worst,
that
man.
CBGB's movie with Alan Rickman, which is like, how the fuck did you guys get who's fucking what poker game did this fucking guy lose? How did you get this incredible British actor to be in this hunk of garbage? And there's all these people in it, and they're all, but like the talking heads, when they have them on, like they audition for them, it's like there's just Psycho Killer from the radio starts. It doesn't sound like a band in an empty fucking place.
Right.
There's like noises happening that are not from the people on stage. There's like organs and all sorts of shit. There's bongos. And there's nobody playing the bongos. And I'm like, I know, like, I guess we're a little inside baseball and we know how the sausage is made, but I'm like, there can't be a person who's like, I guess the violin player's just in the other room or something. I don't know. Like,
just backstage.
He's singing all those noises. It's just music happens.
Well, nobody
you stand there with the guitar and music just happens.
About that. And that's an example.
Yeah, if you're making a fucking movie about CBGBs, maybe look into it a little bit.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like you're just like, fuck it, and you're like treating the audience as dumb.
Yeah, which most of them are. I can't believe he played.
You know what pissed me off about Okay, so as much as I love Rob's, and pretty much everything. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Okay, there's this They go to this big they go to this cool Halloween party.
Bob Zombie doesn't sound as cool. Like Bob
Zombie. Yeah, Bob Zombie. Yeah, it doesn't. Rob though, that sounds way cooler. So
you can't rob a zombie.
Band
what does
called
he
like
have? Nothing. You can't.
Captain Clegg and the Night Creatures or something like that, and they would be a cool band. But like it's a live setting, and Rob Zombie is a fucking musician. Like that's what he does. That's here's his filmmaking career.
Dragula.
Here's his music fucking right. So like same thing. They're in a live show setting, and it's clearly the recording. I've never heard these guys, but it's definitely, as a musician.
Is that just how he talks? Does he give direction like that? Like out of the fucking blowhorn, he's like, "Yeah, take the lights and then move over there and do the camera.
A little more intense, a little more quick.
Yeah.
You know, like
turn around and look at him, and also damn get down." They're like, could you say that one more time? I don't know what you want me to more faster.
How do you like that? Yeah,
think about the backstory and the character's supposed to be sad. You're like, I don't. What did he say? I'm not getting what he's saying. What again? Did we got it?
Yeah. All right. I think that's good for the free episode for you fuckers. We've covered a lot of range of topics. Now you know my health history, my affinity for pubes, and you know,
pee this guy's pubes away from you. You have a kinkier relationship with him than like most women you've ever.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Would be jealous.
We all go. That is the weirdest thing. Is like you think about like fucking some actress you've been in love with your whole life, and then you think about you and the stranger have more sexual history. Than
yeah, we do.
Because it's like so you've never pissed her pubes away.
No, and I would. Piss the pubes away.
Pissing the pubes away.
Yeah, pissing the pubes away.
All right, yeah. See ya.
Yeah.
We gotta do the fist kiss music game. It's very funny. Where any song that has the word kiss, you just change fist, instead of kiss, say fist.
Okay, we can do that.
It keeps going. All right, so if you guys want to find out, you're gonna have to tune in the next one because I gotta take a fucking piss.
Fist me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks for being patient.
Fisting the night away.
Oh man. All right. Yeah, this is enough free shit. Why don't you go pay for more additional content at patreon.com/Thurman and Lala.
That might be.
And
we got to come up with a price for what we'll dump all the goods onto somebody. We got to think of a price that would really pay off the lawyers and everything, which would have to be a lot.
Let us know. Give us some feedback. Would you want stickers? Would you want fucking coasters, lighters? Like, what would you like? What Thurman and Lala shit would you actually like?
Earplugs.
Earplugs.
Yeah.
Fucking like one of those masks, those night masks that you wear when you try to sleep during the day. Fucking just let us know. Please give us some feedback. There's somebody who reached out the other day. I'm sorry, I can't remember your name. You know who you are because you're listening. She was very complimentary about the show, but she was like, I'm sorry, I have nothing to add. She's like,
well, neither do we.
No,
Come on, throw us a fucking life vest, you fucking idiots.
Please give us, just shout a fucking color or a number or anything.
There's a couple you probably should avoid.
No, at this point, I don't care. Like, whatever. Let's just go for fucking broke. We're not making money off of this thing. We got like 3 people on Patreon. So, but yeah, please, like, I mean, there's more shit and it gets a little raunchier in the next, in the not free episode. And that's kind of what you're getting. You're getting some kind of more laid back content in the sense where we're not as
we're not trying
censored. You know what I mean? It's, I don't know. YouTube's great and we love it. And we love you guys, but just, if you want more, but if you don't, I completely understand too. I really get it. Like,
we just let you keep going, and you just are having a complete breakdown. You're like, yeah, no, come on, but why would you? Why would you
pay for that?
What
There's
the
so
fuck?
many other things you could pay for.
What you do it? I don't know. Like no one said, we're just letting you just run yourself out.
If you do let me keep going.
Yeah, we want to give a shout out to everybody out into Ukraine. It's not the Ukraine. You don't say the Africa. Out into Ukraine. Man, it's crazy what's going on. Sometimes bombs go this way, sometimes they go that way. I'm just saying. Like, that was the most not insight. So many words. Nothing happened. Nothing came out.
Sometimes they go this way, sometimes they go that way.
It's crazy, man. The sun goes up, it comes down, but I'm just saying.
Yes, you are just saying.
Yeah, you're just, You know, sometimes if you close your eyes, you don't see nothing. Then you open your eyes, and all of a sudden, everything's there again. I'm just saying. Into Ukraine. I'm just a fucking
Sometimes
OJ
you close your
soundboard. I'm
eyes
a
for
walking
extended
OJ
period of time, You
soundboard.
wake up hours later.
Oh, man, that's crazy that my wife died in the Ukraine of all them stab wounds. And then the Russians dropped her off here. I can't believe they took her in the middle of the night and stabbed her and then brought her back.
I am boycotting Russian gloves.
Yeah.
All right,
right,
guys.
bye.
Fuck you. Thank you. Goodbye.